Welcome back, everyone, and let's talk about how to use the effect rune and the derived rune in Svelte 5. So both of these runes are going to replace the reactive statement that we used to use in Svelte 4. And we're getting rid of this and we're breaking this up into multiple runes because Rich Harris has mentioned that the reactive statement conflates two different concepts, and that is derived values and side effects. So as you know, this reactive statement is very easy to use, but in larger applications, it can get a bit out of control and a bit difficult to manage. So let's talk about the derived rune that's really easy to demonstrate. As you see, just like state, it starts with a $sign. That's how we know it's a rune. And we're going to be using derived. And all we have to do here is we have to include a value that was declared with the state rune, and then we can do whatever we want here, and it's going to recalculate that value appropriately. And so if I just go ahead and increment this, you're going to see that it doubles properly. So we are all set. Now, let me comment this out, and let's move to effects. So the first thing you probably have noticed if you come from the React world and you're using the use effect hook is that we don't have a dependency array. And that's because Svelte is compiled so it can kind of like see ahead and it can track properly all of the values that were declared with the state rune, and it can just keep track of those. And that's one less thing we have to think about. So every time this increments, as you see, this is going to fire, which is really cool. Now, let's go ahead and talk about how the effect rune is also going to replace lifecycle hooks. Now, if you want to kind of get deeper, because I'm just going to talk about on mount in this video, you can, add things to the effect just like this, and you can replace some of those other lifecycle hooks. But if I refresh this and look down here while I refresh this, you're going to see that it already fires. Perfect, right? The effect has run and the current count is 0. And that's because this effect is going to fire when the DOM is mounted. So this is going to replace the on mount lifecycle hook. And another thing that we should kind of mention here is that we can nest effects as well. So if you wanted to kind of nest an effect right here, you can do that at your disposal. But just know whenever we're using effects, it's a bit dangerous or something that we should avoid if possible to make sure our code is a bit more maintainable. And of course, we can go ahead and we can return, a function for cleanup if necessary. So when this component is unmounted, we can just go ahead and run this function and do whatever we need to do. So I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, go ahead and give us a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one.